Hello and welcome to Two Girls, One Pod. I'm Crystal.
I'm Melissa.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of those good things on all of our platforms that we're on, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, all that good shit.
iHeartRadio, all the places. Look up Two Girls One
Yeah.
Pod and follow us and play our shit and download it because we are so much fun.
Yeah, and we just got the notification that we had officially over 1,000 downloads. So get on board, people.
I was so tickled when that email came in. So we started, I think we're going to have to figure out what our anniversary date is, but I'm pretty sure our first episode aired in March.
Yeah, me too.
So 4 months, 1,000 downloads for two
Pretty
new
fucking good.
who are like just really cool people.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Me too.
Yeah. So, I just realized that my workout shirt is showing. Can I just tell you, I'm proud of myself. Okay. Let's start over. I'm really, really excited to have you on this episode because I didn't record at all last week. I had like a cunt fuckery of a week. That's my new term. I coined it.
Yeah.
So TM. I had a cunt fuckery of a fucking week. It was so busy, so hectic. So I was pumped for today. So I was like, you know what? We're still recording our Big Brother after show episodes. So like we still had a lot of content being pumped out. And I said, I'm going to rest this Friday. You go on vacay. I'll take like a day vacay from this and just chill. So we did that. And then my cunt fuckeriness rolled into today. So today was the like longest Monday of my life.
Right.
And I honestly got to this afternoon. So first of all, check one, I woke up at 5:15 and I stayed up. So I was very proud of myself because
Good for you.
And anybody who listens know that that's one of my goals is to just keep getting up and exercising when I wake up. So I did that and I did some cardio. My favorite way to do it on my phone, listening to podcasts or music to just like wake up for the day. Walking on an incline, and I thoroughly enjoy that. I get a little bit of a sweat going and it wakes me up. So I did that. I was super pumped. I was running early for everything. And then the workday hit and everything crumbled around me. And it got to the point where I was at like 1:00 today or like lunchtime. And I went, you know what? I'm going for a fucking leg workout. And like, I haven't been to the actual gym for a weight training day since before Scarlett was born.
Yeah.
So that's like 2.5 years. And even when I was pregnant, because when I was pregnant, I slowed down on the weights. Not that I needed to, just because I was lazy mostly. But like I slowed down on the weights and like, so it felt so good, but also so embarrassing. But I just wanted to say, so from there, I left the gym sweaty and gross to give somebody a set of keys for their new house. But I was like, you know what? I don't care. I got to get this shit done and like feel better. So I had a cunt fuckery of a day, but I'm very proud of myself that I didn't skip my workout, that I actually added a workout, I should say. And I feel like this is the start of me, the me that I wanted to be.
I'm really glad. I'm glad to hear that.
But I miss her so much. I love Tina. Tina's doing fabulous. She's coming for
Tina.
Yeah.
I see that she's trying to come for my job. I know what's up.
She's doing
I
good.
don't really mean that, Tina. Not fuck Tina, but I love you, but you just can't have my job. Like you can join us.
You're gonna have to come back. She's coming for mine too. She said, she's like, it's gonna be the Tina show. It's be us like featuring Crystal and Melissa, which I'm cool with it.
I'm okay with that. I love her.
Bringing us in all kinds of new viewers. Tina, we're down for it.
We're down for it. I am here for it every bit.
Yes. So how's your trip been?
Oh, it's pretty good. I'm currently sitting in if people aren't watching and you're listening, I am currently sitting in my rented Volkswagen Atlas, which PS, super fucking awesome vehicle. And now I'm trying to convince my husband to get me one.
I'm pretty sure that's the rig that my husband has been researching. So we're in need of a new SUV. It's an SUV, right? Yes.
Yep.
No way your whole family's on the road not in an SUV.
No.
So it's an SUV. So that's the one that we're in need of a new one. He's been looking forever. And then we decided we're going to wait and move first. We're going to buy a new house. And for
Yeah.
anybody listening who doesn't know, here's a hot real estate tip for you. If you are looking to buy a house, don't buy a car first because it
Right.
changes your debt ratios and you might not get approved for the house. You
Hmm.
can buy a house and then go buy a car and it won't affect your car loan so much. So just a little
Yeah.
tip. So I put it on the back burner. I was like, I'm not thinking about cars anymore because I
Yep.
want a new house. So, I'm looking online every day for houses. He's still researching cars and he's always talking to me about the Volkswagen Atlas.
Oh man. Like, well, when we went to go and pick this up, because we didn't get a rental in PEI, we got a rental in Halifax because I knew that we were going to be in a park that was like further away than what we wanted to be from Halifax, but we couldn't find a park otherwise.
Yeah.
Um so we figured, well, we'll just rent a car. And when I went to go pick it up, well, it was funny actually because there was a lady there that apparently had, I don't know, jumped a curb, fucked up a vehicle that she was in, hadn't bought the insurance from the rental place, so she was
No.
putting the place up. Man, she was dropping F-bombs all over the place. I was like, "Lady,
Well,
you don't
that's
even
what
know
gets you what
me."
you want. That's how you get what you want, right? When you're just a total dick to the people who work there and whose fault it's not at all.
Right?
So I thought,
So anyway, I was just like, "Well, maybe I can butter these people up," because obviously that's what I was like, "Man, sounds like you guys are having a rough day. So sorry that's happening to you."
yeah.
Right? So I had rented a regular size SUV, not a larger one. And they were like, "Oh, well, we're going to give you the Volkswagen Tiguan."
Mhm.
And then when Mrs. went to go and get the keys, the guy who I had said, "Oh, you're having a rough day. I'm so sorry that's happening to you," kind of thing. He was just like, "No, no, just give her the Atlas," which was actually an extra $25 a day. But he just gave it
Wow.
to me for the same price. And I was just like, aha,
There's a lesson there. So for everybody listening, the saying is true. You catch way more
work
flies with
flies.
honey.
100%.
Well, for example, I know we're talking about your trip and we can certainly come back to that. Um,
Yes.
I had a sale fall apart today.
Yep.
And, my client was purchasing the home. She didn't feel comfortable purchasing the home
Mhm.
after the home inspection. Like there were a lot more items than what she had expected. The current owner wasn't willing to drop their price to where my client felt it was, necessary to be for her to feel comfortable purchasing it. So it fizzled, and that happens.
Yeah.
So anyway, she'll still find one. She'll still go on and find the house. That owner called me today, which isn't
Mhm.
allowed. But I'm just going to throw it out there. Now I know
Yeah,
that
because that's not your agent, or you're not his
I'm not his
agent.
agent. He's supposed to talk to his agent. We talk to each other. Anyway, he called me and was not too impressed that the sale fell apart. However, he's had, a couple of weeks to negotiate these details. And now all of a sudden today, he's super negotiable and wants to make it all work. But at this point, she's, lost all faith in the sale and we're just moving on. But he called me and got pretty pissed off. Like he was really
Mhm.
mad and he's going to go to my broker and tell on me and I'm such a bad agent and I'm this and I'm that. And I'm just kind of thinking in my head, same thing. Like at that point, maybe this sale could have still been saved. But like he called me to flip out and I'm just thinking, my client just dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you catch way more flies with honey than
Yeah,
vinegar. So like
exactly.
if you want to get your own way with anything, you have to know how to take the right approach. So clearly, the lady before you did not get anything she wanted, and you got a nice little upgrade.
That's what I was thinking. Now, I don't know the whole story. Obviously, I wasn't in the vehicle when she, jumped the curb. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know the situation
Insurance.
clearly.
But
And
why
was
didn't
she
you get the
pissed off?
insurance?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I always kind of like, I understand that people think that from a rental company that the insurance is like this extra hidden cost that they're just trying to screw you with. But then I'm also kind of like, why not just pay the $20 a day and just get it over and done with? You know what I
Well,
mean?
just in case, because if anything did happen, So you don't watch The Office, so you're not going to get this reference, but I always go back to it whenever I think about car rental insurance. Is
Okay.
there was a time, an episode where Michael Scott is driving this rental car, and I think this is the episode. I might be mixing it up, but he drives it into a river, into like,
Oh yes, no, I did see that one.
right? And then he's like, was that the episode? Because he says something about like, I didn't get the insurance, or did you get the
Yeah.
insurance? Because now, oh, that's what Dwight said to him. Did you get the insurance? Because now would be a really good time to have it. And Michael's just like, no, I didn't. And he
Was it
drove.
when they were like on the retreat or something?
No, they were driving to give gift baskets to old clients to win them back.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was because Michael was upset because they were introducing new technology into the company.
Right.
So he was listening to the GPS, which was technology, and it told him to turn right. But it clearly meant like at the next, like say, stop sign, like move ahead and then turn right at the fork, we'll say. And he's like, no, it's saying turn right. It must mean right here. And him and Dwight are fighting because he's like, you're driving into a river. And anyway, so.
And then he drove him to the river.
Any Office fans here? I would like a comment to say if I butchered that, or just to say hello, because we're Office fans on this podcast, even though Crystal isn't officially one yet. She
Right.
will.
I'm like, not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll get there.
How's the rest of the traveling going? So are you going to get a new Atlas now when you get back?
Probably not, because quite frankly, I'm just gonna have to run out the vehicle that I have until it burns to the ground. So
Okay. In saying that, Volkswagen, now would be a really good time to sponsor this podcast and send
yeah.
us each an Atlas, because we're clearly giving you a beautiful free review. You get the first one for free, and then you need to send us a new car each because it works. Other
Yeah.
people will go buy your car.
I'm
So
just saying, man, this vehicle is fucking bomb. Like I'm driving around in it. It like you put it on cruise control, and then it has like the thing where if you are getting too close to the vehicle in front of you, it'll automatically slow you down, or the same thing for the
ooh,
ones in the back. And then it has like park assist, and it has all of these fun little features. Jason turned on the air conditioning on my seat the other day, and it was like blowing cold air on my ass. It was
on your
really weird. Yeah.
I would never need that in Newfoundland.
Well, no, but it was only because it's leather seats, right?
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. But I was like, I don't know if I like this because it feels like somebody's under my ass going.
You're just selling it even more to me now. Now I'm like, sign me up.
It was so funny.
That sounds sexy. I'm in.
It's like,
Crystal, stop. I'm getting all hot and bothered here.
oh my. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, you told Tina last night, so for anybody who didn't listen to the Big Brother episode or didn't see our stories or whatever, but yeah, bird shit on my fucking face, so there was that.
So
Like, I'm not even joking, right? Because like here I am walking down the boardwalk, and it's funny because like I saw all of like the bird shit clearly. I mean, it's not because like when you're walking somewhere downtown, you know this is like a thing that happens, right? But I'm like walking along talking to Ethan, and he's telling me this story, and then I'm looking at him and I'm just like, okay. I was like, listen, the sun is getting like, you're right in the sun. My kid, I mean, he's super pale, you know him, like, and he's the type,
I told
yeah, like
everybody
he's a
that you were a
ginger.
ginger family. I was like,
Yeah,
they burn.
but it's true. Like I'm not so bad, and like Jason's not so bad. Even Cole's not bad, but Ethan's the worst one out of all of us. Like he does not tan whatsoever. He just burns, and then once he's finished being red, he just goes back to white.
Yeah,
Like, you know
again.
what I mean? So I was like, you need to get out of the sun. I don't need you to burn before you get on your flight, because he was getting on his flight to go home because he had to go back to work.
Right.
So we were actually going to the boardwalk just for something to do kind of thing. And then we were going to drive him to the airport, right? So here we were walking along. I'm like, oh, come on over here. We'll switch spots and you get out of the sun and I'll just get into the sun because I love the sun. And then all of a sudden I just feel this plop. And I was just like, oh! And he went, what? And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. And he was like, is that what I think it is? And I'm just like, what? And then he shouts out because Jason and Harper and Cole were a little further ahead, so none of them saw it. And he was just like, Dad, Dad, come back. And he's like, what? What's going on? And he's like, a bird shit on Mom's nose.
Like, that's so precise. That's so precise.
Right? And I was just like, all I could think was my nose actually saved my mouth.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if you had your mouth open?
I'm not even joking when I when I tell you I had nothing with me to wipe this off of my face. I had no napkins. I had nothing. So all I had with me was my mask. I had my mask with me. So I took my mask and I had to wipe my nose off. And then I had some hand sanitizer and I legitimately doused myself with hand sanitizer all over my nose.
No, send
So
me
funny.
home. No, bye. Gonna have to go home. What would you do? But then you had no mask. Like, did you forget later and like put it back on?
Oh no, I threw that in the garbage. I actually had a full package of masks with me. So I
Um,
had like a whole sleeve of disposable ones. I was like, this is it. This is what's gonna happen. And then so I wiped it all off. I squirt the hand sanitizer all over my hand. It had actually gotten a little bit on my arm too. So then I smeared hand sanitizer all over my arm. I was like wiping my nose with it and everything.
so
And
like
then
all of this COVID caution and all of these masks and sanitizers, and you're gonna get taken out by the bird flu.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is it. This is the end for me. Like, and then I'm like, is it good luck or is it bad luck? And I still don't know because in all honesty, like the day just continued on.
So
I mean,
the rumor is that it's good luck. But I
supposedly.
wonder, do they say that to people who get shit on to make them feel better because it's such shitty bad luck?
Exactly. Well, that was my thought process, right? It was just like, so then Ethan takes a video of it, which you've
So,
all seen.
yeah. If you haven't
And
seen, it's on our Instagram page. It's on stories, but we also put it in like our actual page
yeah,
so
there's
that
a
once
post
it's
for
down
it.
in the stories, you can still relive it.
Exactly, right? And then the worst part about it was, is I was so anxious about Ethan going on a plane by himself for the first time that then I was overwhelmed already, and then the bird shit on my nose, and I cried about it. I swear to God, I was sitting there with bird shit on my nose, no, no idea of how to take it off,
Oh my God.
and
All your
I was just bawling.
all that water crossing, all that fucking bridge crossing just came
It
out
just
in bird shit.
Oh, it was. It was just a culmination of every bit of anxiety from the entire trip right there.
And this was a public place.
It sure was. Yep. I was just blubbering like a baby, and I was just
I
standing
feel
there.
bad. I kind of want to give you a hug now.
It was so funny though, because I'm sitting there bawling like a fucking idiot with bird shit on my nose, and, and Jason was just laughing at me at first, and then once he saw that I started crying, he comes over and he's just like, it's okay," and I'm just like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you trying to be nice to me? I don't like it.
This isn't in your character. You need to go back. Where's your frown? Where is your frown?
Where's your frown? The one that's accentuated by your mustache.
Oh my God. That's
It
epic.
was
So,
so
so
good.
far, it's been a good trip.
It has. I mean, we had well, we went to PEI first. We played paintball, if just in case you saw, I don't know if you saw my pictures, but we did. We played paintball. First time I ever played paintball in my life. Have you ever played it?
Never. I want to. Maybe we should do a two girls on the pod paintball day.
We should,
Yeah.
because it was super fun. All five of us did it. So like Harper was having a blast too. And here she was, like the rest of us were all crouching down to try to be like super stealth, and she was just walking.
It's
She
like no
was
one's
just like
gonna
walking,
hit me.
right?
Like,
except for her mother, because I am relentless. I'm just like,
You got to teach them young that they can't just get what they want in life. Okay. They got to fucking work
exactly,
for it. They got to earn it. You're not just going to win every game. You need to.
exactly. So what did I do? I shot them all, right? I swear to God. I
That's
was
that
like,
fucking bird shit fire just coming right at. Ah!
I was just like, honest to God, every single one of them, I shot Cole right between the shoulder blades.
Love it. Love it.
And I got every one of them right in the face, too.
But how good did that feel though, after years and years of mothering, to just
That's what
be
I'm
able to
saying.
shoot everybody?
Right?
Not really. But this is a
No.
clip we should probably make sure it doesn't get cut and put out incorrectly.
Yeah, like full disclaimer, we
Yeah,
know that it's not going to injure them seriously. So it was just kind of like, yeah,
little
it was just
pepper.
like all of those times where you pissed me off. I'm just going to shoot you with a paintball. It's cool,
But I
right?
bet you're in like a better mood and you like them way more now than like before the game.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And now Jason's still laughing because he was the only one who actually shot me. So I
Right.
got shot in the arm. I don't know if you can see, no, you probably can't see my bruises, but
No,
anyway, I had a bruise right here.
I'm not seeing very much of a tan either for someone out in Canada, getting all
This
up out in Canada.
this is my tan. I am actually whiter than this regularly.
I look like I have a tan today, but it's because I'm using a yellow filter on my ring light and it makes me look like
Nice.
I'm tan. I'm keeping it forever.
Anyway, so Jason hits me in the shoulder, and as I was gonna say, "Oh, I'm hit," he catches me right here.
Oh, okay. So for people listening who can't see, what would you call this? A trach?
I would call that like that, you know, that little dip between your like throat and your clavicle, your collarbone
Where you
middle.
would be trached if you needed to like put a tube in or whatever.
Yeah, like basically right in the throat.
Oh,
In
did
that
that
nice
hurt? Did
little
it have to like
throat hole. It was so it kind of hit me and I was just like, you got me in the throat. But I couldn't say it because he got me in the throat. And when I told him afterwards, he could not have been happier.
Oh, of course. He's gonna come home and be like, "Hey guys, we should all do like a massive friends paintball day just to
Right?
get out some aggression on all of us."
Yeah. And then he's gonna be like, remember that time I got you in the throat?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
Right?
dominated you.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. Anyway, it was a good time.
It's good. So tell everybody where you are, where you've been, like what your trip is, what your trek is.
Well, I mean, we started we left from Argentia and then we crossed the ferry, which you all saw probably my stories. That I was just a little bit like every time I couldn't see land, it was a little bit strange.
Mhm.
Also, so it was so foggy on the way over that the foghorn started at about 1 a.m. and continued to blow every 2 to 3 minutes until we docked, which was a good time. So,
That
and it,
is brutal.
yeah, it was really fucking loud.
Oh my God. Do you have earplugs or anything? I guess you wouldn't think to
No,
bring them.
well, no, I didn't think to bring them, and so like, and then I shared a bed because like the cabins only have 4 bunks, and of course there's 5 of us, so so I shared a bed with Harper because they're only twin size. Like Jason
Yeah.
and I couldn't have possibly fit there to get. Well, we could have, but we would have been jammed up.
Would have been
But
tight.
it
It would
didn't
have been like Rose and what's his name on the
matter.
Titanic.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Same thing.
Oh yeah.
So like me and as it turns out though, I would have been just as jammed up if I had slept with Jason as I did with Harper because she apparently takes up a ridiculous amount of room for someone her size.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe
And
that. I
I
think it's a kid thing.
oh man, and we were on the top bunk, so of course there was like this metal bar trying to keep me from falling over. And so I was jammed up against that. I was just and there's 5 people to this cabin. They only gave us 4 pillows. I was like, fuck Marine Atlantic anyway.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. But it was a good time.
That sounds awesome. I'm really jealous. I'm
Oh yeah.
so jealous that I'm not on your trip.
Yeah, but it wasn't too bad.
The
Actually,
clavicle. bullet.
Right? The funny thing about it is just as we were getting ready to leave, we literally got like, I'd say about 20 minutes down the highway and our air conditioning broke.
No.
I swear to God. So
So
it
there's
was
five
like
in the car, two adults, three children in heat with no air conditioning.
in an RV. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So it was fun.
But you're all still alive. That's a miracle. I mean,
Yeah.
great. It's
I
great.
know. I know, right? But I mean, all in all, it was just fun stuff. Like even after we left paintball, it started to actually pour rain, and we had walked to paintball from our campsite, which was actually about a 15-minute walk. So, so
Amazing.
then we had to walk back because the nearest cab that I could find on Google was 34 kilometers away.
Oh my God. But yeah, just walk the 15 at that point.
That's what I mean, right? So we walked and we were running along, and the next thing you know, Cole was like running down, and he hit because like in PEI, none of the road, like it's all clay. It's not the
Right.
same as at home, right?
Yeah. It's not
So
just big potholes and
it's
rivers.
and it's not rock, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
So it was actual like red clay. So here we are, and he hits this patch of red clay, and man, he goes down like a sack of PEI potatoes. And I'm the shitty parent that's like laughing my ass off. And I'm like, are you okay, buddy?
You're like crying. You're laughing so hard.
I'm just like, shake it off.
He's crying. Sin.
But man, he went down and he got right back up again like you wouldn't believe.
That is too funny. We were talking about Cole Saturday, I mean Drew,
Yep.
because we took the baby to gymnastics and Drew got on the trampoline with her and she fell like into his bounce. And two of us cracked up laughing. I was like, remember when you got on Crystal's trampoline with the kids? He's like, oh, when I like broke Cole's leg and vowed I would never get on a trampoline with another child again in my life. And anyway, you just reminded me of it when you said he just hit the ground. It's like poor Cole just gets the shit knocked out of him, and we're all laughing at him.
He does, man. Listen, that kid was born a lemon. It is what it is. Like, you know? Like that's his lot in life. It is what it is.
And anybody listening to that, if you could go back to our Mother's Day episode where we talk about our birthing stories and postpartum depression and anxiety, you can find out what she's talking about there.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
great throwback to the podcast episode.
Yeah,
We should throw back to some of our episodes and tell people to go listen to them.
we should definitely.
Yeah.
I
So like,
agree. Do that on Thursday.
yeah. Right. So maybe go back and listen to, well, we've had two queers on the pod
Mm-hmm.
and it's titled Two Queers on a Pod.
Yeah.
But that's two of our friends. They have their own hashtag Two Queers in the Woods. So if you want to follow them on Instagram, they were a time. I was re-listening to that the other day and I turned it on. So me and Drew were driving
Yep.
and I hit it like, and it was in the mid, like I guess I had already been listening to it and turned it off. So all he hears is Megan talking about Cardi B's long fingernails. And the part that he turned on, all two of us heard was, man, I heard that she sticks her finger with that big long nail directly in her butthole and wipes her butthole. It was something like that. And I fucking roared. I was like, this is what we talk about, Drew. This is very, important,
Yeah.
like relevant topics, and the world needs to hear it. And he's just like shaking his head. So that was a hoot.
Yep.
That was a hoot. And we had
Yeah.
John Sheehan.
Oh, yeah.
Is that it
And we
right?
had John on. He was good. Yep.
Who was it wrote me the other day about that episode? I had somebody send me a message the other day and they were like, oh my God, I just listened to you guys and John Sheehan and I fucking like pissed my pants laughing. It was such a good episode. So I think I might end up like restarting our old episodes and just like,
I know.
all, right?
I do like listening to them. Actually, it's funny because not last weekend, I guess, but the weekend before when I was out, but you were not, and I missed you.
Oh,
I was,
yes. I was like, what is she talking about? The party that I didn't get to go to because my 2-year-old was being an asshole.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I was hanging out with Dee and Meg for a little bit too.
yes. Well,
So
Drew,
we're having a grand time.
I'm gonna call you out now. So Drew comes home and he's like, Melissa, and he's like 3 sheets to the wind. He had 11 beer and he looks so happy. And normally he comes home drunk, he's like half happy, and I'm like, he's gonna be sick in the morning, but he had like a different look on his face. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh my God, he said, I just had the best night. He's like, I just smoked a joint with Danielle and Megan and Crystal. They're all your friends. I was smoking joints with your friends and you were home. And I was like, thanks. I'm really happy I ordered that pizza for you to come home, dude. Kindly fuck yourself. I'm going to bed. But he was in such a good mood. And I laughed. He's like, I was smoking a joint with Dee and Megan and Crystal. I'm like, good for Crystal, because you never smoke joints.
He wasn't smoking a joint with me. I didn't smoke a joint.
Oh, that sounds right. That sounds
I was
exactly like Drew. Yep.
I was legit standing there while they smoked a
smoked a joint.
joint.
Well, we're getting a little bit more into like hash and joints now. So I had, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, because I've been fine. Well, when we went up to your cabin, we said,
Yeah.
okay, like let's have a couple of gummy bears. So I had like 2 or 3 bear or something that day leading up to it. And then I had like a 2 milligram gummy bear. And I
Yeah.
wouldn't have the second one because I didn't want to get, because remember we had our girls' night and I took the 2 and I started getting like the uncontrollable giggles, which is fine. But then I also got like the weirdness, like weird
Yeah.
feeling. So I didn't want that to happen at your cabin. So I just took the 1. But I've never had weed without drinking. So like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I was like, I'm gonna get into weed here tonight. And like I took a gummy bear and I watched Game Over
Game
Man.
over, man.
Oh my God, what a fucking good movie. Like I love that movie sober, but when you smoke or like when you take marijuana or hash, like it's just fucking I clearly
Oh
am
my God, yes.
sober. You can tell by the way I'm talking about it, but it was so funny. And then
Yeah.
the next night or whatever, because here's what I like about it. I know I'm all over the place. I like that I was able to like get a buzz, not be out of control,
Mhm.
not get sick. And I woke up the next morning just as
Not
like
hungover.
up late. You know what I mean? Like I didn't feel hungover. I got on like the gummy bears and then I was drinking flavored sparkling water and like regular water. So I was staying
Yeah.
hydrated. I was still drinking, but I was like already had my buzz and I let my buzz kick in. I didn't amplify it and I woke up perfect. But the other thing I watched was Superstore. Have you seen that sitcom? It's
I
like,
love that show.
oh my God, when you are high, that is probably like Game Over Man is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But watching Superstore High with the little jokes that they have, I woke up the next day and I had these big puffy eyes because when I cry, I'm a really ugly crier. Like I'm
Me
not
too.
attractive. Drew calls me his little guppy
Right.
fish because I get these big, like fucking ugly eyes after I cry. Not like Jess from New Girl, big eyes, like swollen, can't really see.
Like you had an anaphylactic reaction.
Yeah, it's not a good look. And anyway, I woke up the next day and I had these big puffy eyes like I was crying all night because I was crying all night when I was watching the show. I was laughing so hard I couldn't catch my breath and then these tears would just start streaming down my cheeks and I was like, this is probably my new favorite thing to do is get high and watch like these sitcoms.
I just like honestly, I mean, even when we were up at the cabin that night, that's all I did. I didn't have any drinks at all that whole day. And I just took the couple of gummies and I was sitting down. I was having the best time. I was just like sitting there chill and I was like
Was so
laughing.
relaxed, like having a good time. Yeah. So I'm gonna be a big advocate for weed moving forward, I believe. Now, that doesn't mean we're not gonna get honor when our favorite Big Brother people come to town and we
Of
go out and have a
course.
couple of beers on George Street because like I mean, I still enjoy having a beer.
Yeah, right. I still
But
love
yeah,
having a drink.
but I'm definitely getting more into weed these days. And
Yeah.
I just have to say, is there any better feeling than just having a feed when you're stoned? Like when you get the munchies and then you eat a big feed of whatever you're craving, that is just like, that's just satisfying.
I'm like that when I'm drunk too, though. See?
I'm like it when I'm drunk,
Yeah.
but like there's a different level with the munchies. Like your
Yeah.
dill pickle salad that you make with the
Right.
pasta.
Yeah.
When I'm stoned, I might just
You
get
love that
you for
shit.
making that for me. Like I might just pay you to like Meals on Wheels it to me. And
It's
just
a
like get stoned and eat it.
it's a cabin favorite for sure for everybody.
Yeah, it is. I cut
Yeah.
you off. I know you were going to say something. I just missed you. I'm so
I
excited.
have no idea what I was gonna say. I know I missed you so much though. I did.
So when are you
I
back?
was I have no idea, honestly.
Never.
No, like we were sitting here the other day or last night and like when we're crossing over on Wednesday. So Wednesday morning we get the ferry and we're going Port Basque this time instead of Argentia. But we couldn't get a cabin, so we figured, well, if we can't get a cabin, we're gonna do the day run rather than the night run because what the fuck are you gonna do all night? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But at least during the day, like I guess you can kind of occupy and you're supposed to be awake anyway, but I'm not going to sleep sitting up,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. So we're going to do that, and then we don't get in until like 6:45 on Wednesday night, so then we have to stay at a campground that's close to there.
Mhm.
And then we were kind of like, okay, well, we could just, come all the way across. But it's like, 8 hours to get across. And for the youngsters and stuff, it's kind of like really super boring for them. So we figured we'd make a couple stops out of it. But as it turns out, we were going to do, so we're going to leave there. We were going to do 2 days in Gross Morn, and then we were going to do 2 more days somewhere in the middle of Gross Morn and Terra Nova. Then we were going to do 2 more days in Terra Nova, and then go back home from there.
Mhm.
So it kind of broke it up in like 2 hour increments, more or less. Excuse me. And but then when we were like, we had this specific, sorry, um, campground picked out that we wanted to stay at. We've seen as we've gone that way before. And when I called today, they were like, yeah, no, you can't stay here. And we were like, what? They were like, yeah, well, do you have documents showing that you've been in the province for the last 14 days? And I'm just like,
Has a COVID,
no.
but you don't need that right now. I
I'm
thought.
like, I'm partially vaccinated. And I was like, I've been only in the Atlantic provinces. That's what I said to her. I was just like, no, I've only been in the Atlantic provinces though. So she's like, well, when did you return? And I'm like, I'm still over here.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, well, you can't stay here at this campsite.
Don't
And
we
I'm
have
like,
like 0 cases right now?
right? And she's like, so you can't stay here. And I'm just like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, the owner has a policy that it's a private campground. So basically, nobody who hasn't been in Newfoundland for the last 14 days is allowed to come. And I'm like, so he doesn't believe in the Atlantic bubble? Or
Yeah, because that's exactly. It's like, but I guess if it's private, they can make up their own rules.
they can do whatever they want, really. So I don't know if that helped. Yeah, so I mean, I was just like, all right, well, because I was going on a wait list, and I was like, well, it's just well take me off the wait list because I'm not going to be there for 14 days beforehand. So
Yeah, like sorry.
anyway, now instead we're going to do 3 days in Gross Morn, and then we're going to drive 4 hours and 48 minutes from Gross Morn to Terra Nova and stay there for a couple more days too.
Craziness. You're gonna need a
Yeah.
vacation when you get home from your vacation.
Well, honestly, this has been like we've been pretty relaxed. I mean, we've been steady go, but
Yeah.
we've still been pretty relaxed. Like, I mean, Jason gets up in the morning and then he makes me coffee before I get up, and then he's like washing the dishes,
Fuck, man. That's deadly.
right? And then
Like,
he's like, "Well, where do you want to go?" And today we went into we went into the Halifax shopping center, and he was just like, "Is there anything that you want to get?" And I'm just like, "I don't know." And so we're shopping around and and I'm like, "Are you going to get anything?" And he's like, "No."
Just nice
So
just being out and like doing different things.
yeah,
Yeah, like I
pretty
honestly don't even
much.
shop at our mall. Like
Well, I
actually
mean, like it's like our mall is getting nicer, especially now in comparison to this one.
it feels
Like
like a
I'm
mainland mall. Our mall does.
yeah, it does now, right? Um, so it's kind of like in line with the shopping center that we were at today because I was looking around and I was like, okay, yeah, it's starting to feel more like this at
Right.
home, right? But I don't understand why we don't have things like the boardwalk. While yes, I did get shit on, it was still a really nice time.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I think I was there a couple of years ago. No, I don't remember. I was there for like a weekend cruise thing when I worked at a very popular Canadian gym.
Right.
Um back when they only did they were doing because they would do a top 500 award ceremony every summer. But at this time they were also doing an Atlantic award ceremony. So I got chosen to go up to like the top, I think it was the top 200 or something in the Atlantic provinces. And they ordered like a boat around the harbor and all this sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did the dock at some
Yeah,
point.
like it's like
But it
basically
was beautiful.
I think what they said is like the total thing is 4.4 kilometers of boardwalk, but part of it goes part of it's 2.6 kilometers of it is in Halifax. The other part of it is actually in Dartmouth side of things.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I think that's where I was. But every
Yeah.
time I say boardwalk, in my head, I go, down at the boardwalk.
Do you? I think of
Boardwalk.
Monopoly.
Do you? I just think you never heard that song though?
I don't know.
Boardwalk. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have a fucking what is it called? An earworm?
Yeah,
You're gonna
it's
have an
gonna be stuck
earworm
there
on my
forever.
fuck. Okay, well, I'm excited to record again next week. So this is a beautiful catch up.
Yeah.
And the week after, so this is Friday. And next Friday we have is that are we gonna be able to record with Tracy?
Oh yeah, I should be
Yeah.
able to manage that.
Yeah. All right, Crystal, we'll figure it out. We're gonna have another special episode where we record with her friend Tracy, our friend Tracy.
She's your friend now too.
I'm friends by association.
That's right.
Yeah, so we're gonna record with her, and I'm really excited about that episode. I think it's gonna be on par with some of our all of our stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very good stuff.
Yeah.
And
And
then
I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just like record in the woods somewhere.
oh yeah. Yeah, because we're gonna be talking about a more provocative topic next week.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful catch up, mischief girlfriend, have a nice Friday
No.
episode. Because we're still doing our Big Brother. Are you gonna be on the Wednesday and Thursday episode this week? Or probably not when you're traveling.
I I don't know.
Mhm.
Probably not Wednesday because I have no idea what the situation is
Well,
for. I know
Tina, if
Tina.
you're still listening, she's clearly not working hard to get her job back. Sounds like there's an open seat.
I'm just like, how am I supposed to watch this now? Like, I have no idea how to watch it anymore. And I'm just sitting here going, like, normally I would just hook up to my Fibe thing, and
Yeah.
but I'm not even on Wi-Fi. So I'm just like, how do I do
I
this?
I already told you this. You have to go back and listen to our podcast episodes. We're so fantastic.
Oh
We just
yeah.
recap the whole show and they're only like 30 minutes long.
Yeah, exactly.
So you
So
can just you can get it from that. And well, moving forward, we're kicking Crystal out and we're inviting special guests. So I'm not gonna say who yet because we got nobody confirmed for specific dates. But if everybody who's listening right now, if you do like to tune into the Big Brother content, our after show will be having more special guests as we move forward. So Tina's always a special guest now current co-host, and Crystal will be a new special guest coming on, and then other people from the Big Brother Canada house might join us and have some commentary about the gameplay that's been going on.
yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm just like gonna pop in and I'm just gonna be on the show and just, put in like witty little quips and stuff like that. But realistically, I'm gonna have no fucking idea what actually happened.
We'll be talking about like showmances and people who are gone home, and you're going to be like, wait a minute, who? But that was
Right?
when? No, you're going to be like learning about it all as we're talking, and we'll be like, that was so 2 weeks ago, Crystal.
Right? Yeah, that's it. I already know what's happening, but I don't really know. To be fair, Instagram keeps telling me things that I don't want to know already.
It's
So
hard. It's hard because there's spoilers everywhere, and our show is one of them. So you're like, you'll log into Instagram and you're like, fucking Melissa posted about Big Brother and I haven't seen it yet. And it's my page too.
right? I'm like, damn it. But I just scroll on by.
Yeah. Just pretend you never saw it.
Exactly.
All
Right.
right. Well, this was a fun catch up. So I guess we'll say goodbye and do our little dance off. I
Oh
like that
yes.
we already said for people to like and subscribe. So if they fell off halfway during the pod, we already got in their ear.
Right? But if you haven't, please do it. Just
Please
do
like,
it.
subscribe, listen to us, download it,
Yes.
view us on YouTube. Oh, also, so I'm gonna have to find it. One of our friends from the Big Brother Canada house, Beth, has a
Mhm.
YouTube page.
Yes.
Find it, and she's super good. She just covers of music. She's really, really good. It's Beth, is it Bida or Beta? I know she told us this.
Beta.
Beth Beta Music on YouTube, and it's BETH. Beta is spelled BIEDA, and music,
Yeah.
MUSIC. So
And
go.
she's fucking phenomenal.
Very,
She's
very
so good.
talented. Like that's stuff you don't get to see on the show, right? Like singing, and because they're not allowed to do like popular lyrics. You need to like get the rights for
Right.
music. So anyway, she does covers of amazing songs and she's very talented. So while I'm thinking about it, go follow her too on
Yeah,
YouTube.
exactly.
All right.
Yay.
So in saying that, I'm gonna buffer our music and get it all ready to go. Crystal, you gonna dance with me?
Of course.
I missed our little shoulder shuffle.
Right? That's
I've
all
been
I've
shoulder
got.
shuffling for you. Oh,
All shoulders.
the tongue. The
Woo.
tongue came out. That was so seductive.
Ah,
I don't know how Jason keeps his hands off you.
he hasn't lately.
Hey, vacay. Well, we'll talk about that next week.
Next week.
And on that note, we will just dance our way out of it.